It's Monday. No, it's Sunday actually, and it's very hot outside. Should I do the whole YouTube retention thing or can we just talk about Persian? It's too hot out there, honestly. I don't have AC here. I think my brain's not working properly, but I can record this video. I think we can push through this one. A lot of the times when I'm teaching Persian, which is mainly what I do, people tell me, I wish I knew that earlier. And in this video, I'm gonna cover a lot of these. Persian is full of moments like that because there are not many resources for it, and there are a lot of wrong methods to learning this language. And so yeah, a lot of people feel stuck. A lot of people feel like they can't make any progress. And yeah, that's why I'm making this video. I'm recording this to just guide you through this path, because a tutor does exactly this. It's not like I'm teaching you Persian. I'm just holding your hand, helping you avoid the obstacles, and basically get the rewards. It's like a video game, right? There are some rewards, some points you can score, and there are some obstacles you gotta avoid. So today we're focusing on that. Hi, my name is Hossein. I'm a lifelong language learner myself, and I've been helping people learn Persian for nearly a decade now. Why is my shoulder like this? I know why. It's because of this guy. So, number one, obsessing over the alphabet. The alphabet is the last thing you gotta worry about. You can learn Persian without knowing any of the alphabet. Plus, the alphabet has some shortcomings, let's say, because we don't really write all the vowels. That's why you must already have seen a word before in order to know how to read it. If I write a single word, it could be read in so many different ways. So it's kind of, I don't want to say this because it's a big claim, but it's kind of a waste of time to learn the alphabet. Mistake number two applies to all languages, as I would say. It is memorizing lists of vocabulary, lists of words. Well, it's not really bad to do that, but at the initial stages of learning a language, you want to gain some confidence. You want structures that give you the ability to say something and to understand something. So you might be memorizing a list of many words like, I don't know, glasses, window, computer, chair, desk, whatever. And then somebody asks you, where do you live? And then you might freeze. Like, how do I say I live in this place? I live in that place. So focus on useful structures first. Number three, worrying about pronunciation. Worrying too much about pronunciation is a bad thing because Persian is very, very forgiving. So if you have an accent, if you can't exactly pronounce the word right, people understand you and people find it cute anyways. So don't worry much about it. Just take your time, try to shadow your tutor or some videos you see online to slowly improve that, but don't like obsess over it. Don't overthink pronunciation. Do not overanalyze it. Do not try to waste energy on it too much. Number four, waiting too long to speak. This is a big one. This is huge. People think I'll learn the language and then I'll be able to speak it, but it doesn't go that way. It's not that simple. You speak and speak and speak. You speak bad. You speak with very little vocabulary and expressions at your disposal. And then slowly you speak more and more and more. And you slowly course correct and speak more and more accurately. That's when a tutor can be helpful, or somebody who knows Persian who can explain the why behind the way things are in the Persian language. Number five is learning structures and words in isolation. What do I mean by that? What I mean is when you learn a word, or when you learn a structure or a phrase or a certain combination, like where is, what is, who is, or I want something, don't just learn that one sentence that you just memorized. It's basically about memorization, this one. So if I say, I live in Canada, I live in Canada. من توی کانادا زندگی میکنم. So if I say that, I should treat this as a set of Lego blocks. So so I should think, okay, if I want to say you live in Canada, I should be able to turn man into تو and زندگی میکنم into زندگی میکنی. So don't memorize blocks of the language. Break them down into smaller, understandable pieces, and then you basically piece the puzzle together however you like. You piece a sentence together with the building blocks you've learned beforehand. Number 6 is ignoring the power verbs like کردم. There are a lot of compound verbs in the Persian language, and a lot of people really struggle with the present tense and the present stem and these kind of things. But once you study these power verbs, as I like to call them, thoroughly, when you see this verb being used 10 times, 20 times in many different occasions, then it becomes second nature to you. You can actually unlock a lot of the language with only a few verbs, like 4 or 5 verbs can unlock, 50 verbs for you. 50 compound verbs, I mean. And the same rules apply to these compound verbs as they are applied to the singular verb. So you don't learn anything new, but you unlock a lot of the language. Number 7 is perfectionism. This is again not special to Persian. If you want to learn a language, you must make mistakes. I'm sorry to break it to you. You must make mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. I used to live in Turkey, and in order to learn Turkish, I had to make a fool of myself hundreds of times. I had to go to the shop, I had to talk to people, I had to get my paperwork done, lots of different stuff, and a lot of awkward interactions. Now, you don't have to go through all that awkwardness. You can have a tutor or a partner or a language exchange partner or anything like that, or something like that, and you can totally avoid that. You can have a laugh about your mistakes and slowly learn in a relaxed environment, which is what I ultimately try to do for my students. The next one is huge. It's a big roadblock on the path to learning Persian for foreigners. Oh my God, this is bad. Learning the written form, the literary Persian first. I mean, it's not bad really, but it doesn't help you that much. It can be a little more complicated. It can be a little different from the way people speak. It's very different actually from the way actually people speak. So think about your goal first, and then decide how to approach this. So spoken form Persian is very different. It's sometimes even easier, and written form is for other goals, let's say. So for example, if you want to learn, if you're taking a course at the university, you might need literary, like written form standard Persian, right? But if you just want to talk to your husband in Persian, then you don't need that. You don't need any of that. You don't need any of the confusion and lots of charts. Like the future tense, we don't even use the future tense. We just use the present tense in order to address the future tense, the future time. These are things you need to think about before tackling Persian. If you've learned some literary Persian, that's okay. It is going to be helpful. It's not bad to learn, but it's less productive than it would be if you were to focus on what you need only. So every time I have a new student, I ask them, why do you want to learn Persian? Do you have a university course? Are you going to be using this at your job? Are you going to be talking to people? Is it just for fun? What is it for? Then I can sort of tailor their lessons and their courses and the books they use and what they don't use, etc. accordingly. The next one is studying once a week. That's bad. So if you have a tutor, like me, studying once a week, that's bad. Why is that bad? If you have a tutor that you meet once a week, I have many students like that. They meet me once a week, and then I don't see them again until next week, which is okay. I'm not saying you should be taking lessons with a tutor every day, but you must be practicing Persian consistently. You should be practicing it every day. If you study 15 minutes every day, it's better than studying 4 hours in a single weekend, right? Because your brain is sort of putting these things together. Even when you sleep, it's compartmentalizing, it's putting things together, it's making sense of what you learned that day. And there's a lot going on in the human brain. which is where we learn the language basically. So when you're in contact with the language, when you're constantly hearing things, saying things, reading things, even if it's imperfect, even if it's not flawless, it's totally fine. And it's really helping you remember things later without trying to think too much about a certain thing. So it is very helpful being in contact with the language. And the last one is trying to learn everything. So we think, okay, I must cover this grammar subject, grammar topic, this vocabulary set. I need to know how to say kangaroo, otherwise I'm not gonna know Persian. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Perfectionism is really the enemy when it comes to language learning. It's messy. Languages are messy. Even if you talk English, your mother tongue or whatever. You see, if you go to the streets, if you go to a different neighborhood, people speak differently. If you go to another city, people speak differently. And it's totally fine. And you don't need every single word in the dictionary. Like, you don't use all the dictionary all day long. Like when you use English, how often do you use the word pedantic or something like that? You know what it means, it's okay, but you don't use it every single day. And if it does come up, you can ask the other person, oh, what does that mean? Yeah, considering that you're talking Persian, right? So don't overthink and worry too much about perfectionism. There are some things that we use every day. We talk about our jobs, we talk about our day, we talk about our classes, our courses, university, work, our exes, I don't know, lots of different stuff. But it's not everything. So if you want to have a nice conversation in Persian, if you want to have a laugh, hang out with friends, I don't know, make a few jokes, things like that, you don't really need to learn all the Persian language. Of course, that's a start. I'm not saying you can't learn I'm not saying you can't learn the whole language, but that's the start. You need to create some confidence in yourself. Okay, I understood that joke. Okay, I talked to this person and they understood me. These are really rewarding milestones, and they make you feel good. Oh my God, I spoke Persian. That's what you want to feel. The good news is all of these mistakes are avoidable and reversible. So if you made these mistakes, it's okay. They don't really damage your language learning process. They just slow you down, and you've been progressing nevertheless. So by watching this video and being aware of these obstacles, you're already ahead of 90% of other language learners. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. And if you want to learn Persian with me personally through one-on-one lessons, joining our community, joining our Q&A sessions, accessing our full courses, all sorts of goodies can be found in the description.